So we have just passed our rough building inspection. What that means is that we have passed our electrical, our plumbing, our mechanical, which is the heating, and this is now an inspection of the rough build. Building what you say? Building a tiny house, somewhere between 500 and 525 square feet. This little apartment we're building is part of a master plan that we have. Yeah, we're downsizing into this little apartment above my parents' garage. Here's the house, my parents' house, and that's a little marsh behind that tree that looks out over out to Lake Erie. But yeah, we built this little, and it's this little house, this little apartment. Here's the deck coming up here. Nice little deck out here. And I'm gonna walk backwards through this, okay? We're doing this because we're downsizing our home and putting ourselves closer to my parents. And because we're gonna be traveling quite a bit for ministry. Ministry is gonna take us to Near East countries, possibly weeks at a time, North African countries, weeks at a time, ministry in Greece for months at a time. And so that means that we're only here for portions of the year. So here's a little tour of it. Let me step back out here on the deck as you're coming back in through the door wall. I'm going to try to walk through this backwards and not trip over all the stuff that's on the floor. A lot of stuff on the floor. This first room you come into is the main living space, which we'll look out there towards that door, and we'll have our living area with a couple couches here and some bookshelves behind. It's also the first space you enter in from the stairway coming from the garage. So if you're come down through there, you'd come up from the garage and up into here into this space, and this is what you'd see. You see the door wall here, and then the living space, and then all the doors on the interior walls are pocket doors to save a lot of space. And this first pocket door takes us through into the bedroom. This is the bedroom area, and we'll have a mini split heater up there, also one over the door wall. And there's a window here. We had to replace that window to make it to code for egress. It's got to be a certain size, and this is where the bed will go, and there's a little closet in the corner. We'll have some bookshelves into the side of the window and a little reading nook there. Then this flows over into the bathroom, and careful, backwards. Yeah, and this is the shower right here, if you can see that. And then this is the bathroom in here, and the sink and a toilet and sink next to that, and there'll be a washer dryer combo unit. They'll go right into there. Every little bit of space is going to be used as much as possible. So this is kitchen. We come back out of the bathroom, another pocket door here, and this brings us into the kitchen area, and this will be stove, kitchen counter, sink underneath the window. The counter will wrap around by that railing that comes up from the stairs. And this is just sort of a great room area. This little corner here will have the refrigerator and a little sort of coffee unit here. We're not sure if we'll build that in or if we'll use maybe an antique piece. Anyways, and this will be the space where the dining room table will go. And yeah, it's just a wee little bit of space and kind of a tiny house. And like I said, this is part of a plan that we've had for a while now, and developing our ministry and our life in such a way that we're able to travel and do mission in and around the countries of the Mediterranean region. Right now, primarily in Greece and in Lebanon, in Egypt. This past summer, we had a boat. I was part of a boat delivery. I'll probably do another video about that. I'll tell you about that story that took us around Spain, hoping that we'll have some doors opened up there as well. Our partnering ministry that helps us to develop our ministry and our funding. They've got work going on in Italy, so I'm hoping that one day we might be able to get there as well, which is part of the Mediterranean basin. So yeah, and all these through partnerships with other ministries like Horizons in the Middle East, like individual churches in Alexandria, in Alexandria, Egypt, with Hellenic Ministries in Broad Reach Maritime in Greece, the Taranis schools in a number of places where we train. We'll be training church planters throughout North Africa and in the Middle East. So, yeah, like I said, this is all part of the plan. This is part of us making our lives compatible with a life of mission and the following this new adventure that God's got us on. And we're glad that you're following us along the way. Please pray for us as we work through this out. Like any project like this, if you've ever built anything, you know that it always takes longer and it costs a little bit more than what you anticipated. And so we're facing those kinds of things. We're hoping to get this done in the next couple of months so that we can move in and eventually sell the house that we're in and be ready to go where God needs us to go. Thanks for following us. Thanks for praying. Appreciate it.